Let's roll it, girls.
Hey there, welcome to this episode of Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs. We're your rock and ride guides, Victory
and Skylar,
ready to take you on a pink hue journey through the Elvis's life and music.
But hey, quick heads up, we're not experts, just Elvis-loving gals having a blast in the pink Cadillac.
Our info might have a funky beat, but it's all about the fun, not the perfection.
Picture us dancing in the back seat, sharing Elvis tales, interviews, and good vibes.
Join our sisterhood of fans, share your Elvis stories, and let's roll together.
So buckle up, because with Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs, every journey is an adventure. Hello, and welcome back to Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs.
Hey, welcome back, y'all. Oh my goodness,
Friday.
I feel like we were just talking to y'all.
I
feel like just last week we were singing Kumbaya and talking to John.
It's not even last week, it's this week.
No. Two interviews in 1 week. Oh my gosh, what is happening?
Going.
Literally, you guys need to buckle up for September. September, we have crazy stuff planned, and no one's ready.
Yeah.
We're just preparing y'all. Like,
seriously,
buckle up, and get ready for a ride.
Get ready, because it's gonna be
ready
wild.
For a ride. Also, fun announcements. We were talking today, and we are almost to 1,000 followers on Instagram.
Thank
we
you.
wanted to do something very, very special to thank you guys for 1,000 followers. And we are going to be doing a giveaway once we hit 1,000 followers.
We are. It's kind of crazy how we've literally only had this going for not even like 2 months fully, and the support you guys have given us is just, it's been such a blessing. So thank you so much for continually listening, watching, following. Like, that means the world that you actually want to listen and hear us talk. So we wanted to give back to you. So once we hit 1,000 followers, we are going to do a giveaway, and more announcements on that will be on our Instagram page, and all the details will be on there once we hit that. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, this intro is going to be short, quick, and sweet because we have a really big guest coming on today.
Yeah, we have Jillian Cardarelli on. I'm so excited because no one knows this, but we've been talking to Jillian to get her on since like before the If I Could Talk to Elvis single came.
Yes. We heard, I don't even think we had our first guest on yet, and this was before Cody, and we heard her song, and we were like, okay, you're coming on the podcast. Like,
yeah, well, we heard the snippets. This was before the full song
literally
came out.
And we're like, you're coming home with me. Like,
you're
that
coming
song,
with me.
that song sold.
In the like intro to Taylor Swift's Eras tour, and it's like, it's been a long time coming, but it's like what plays in my head, and then I have Elvis on the other side of my head that's like, it's been a long time, boy.
And then Jillian's sweet voice of If I Could Talk to Elvis. I don't do her justice, good lord. Dude, she's a beautiful voice, but
that song, like, I think it just hits right here for all of us. Like, I can't wait to speak. Oh, we're not going to speak about it right now. We're going to talk about it with her.
Yes.
So excited, though.
Yes. But we're so pumped. But we like to do this little segment where you guys send us emails and we read them on the podcast. So we're going to go ahead and dive into Cadillac Confessions.
Whoop, whoop.
Yay, I did a good intro. Sometimes
you did.
Work, and I'm like hyperventilating. All right. I'll go ahead and start then.
Yeah, let's do it.
So this week's email is from Gracie. I'm very excited. She says, hi, I just finished your second episode. It was amazing as always. My name is Gracie. I'm 18 years old. It is so amazing to have found this group of Elvis fans around my age and know that I'm not alone. Very true, girlfriend. You are not. I saw the Elvis movie 4 times in theaters when I came out. I've been obsessed ever since. I actually went to Graceland this spring for vacation and even toured Sun Studios.
One day.
One day.
Studios is literally everything. I'm not kidding.
I can't wait. You're getting my hype. Like, I'm getting hyped up by this.
Yeah.
The trip was surreal, and believe me, there were so many tears shed. Sky, did you cry too?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I'm mentally preparing myself for that too.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a shout out to my tour guide, John. John, if you're listening, you're getting a shout out, my dude.
Shout out, John.
He actually met Elvis and was at the cast party for the release of the movie at Graceland with Priscilla, Austin, and Tom Hanks. Okay,
period, John. Slay. Slay.
Slay all day. He even let me open the door inside Graceland when the tour began. I'll never forget leaving the tour when he shook my hand and said, "You're shaking the same hand that shook Elvis many years ago." I was shocked. If you guys ever plan a fan trip to Graceland, count me in.
But, don't...
What?
Like, don't tell me I shook the same hand that Elvis shook.
I would never wash my hand again. Don't even start with me. I'd be like, oh okay.
My God.
How many washes has it been since you've touched Elvis? Like, how authentic is this handshake right now? Zero. Delicious.
Fan behavior.
No, we're sanitary. We will wash our hands. But
yeah, we will. Don't
also,
worry.
she mentioned a group trip to Graceland if we ever have a fan meetup, and I think Elvis Week 2024 will be that, or his birthday week. I don't know. We're tossing.
We would love to do his birthday week. Seriously,
we want to. Yes,
would love to do that. Like I keep saying, Elvis Week 2024, non-negotiable. We will be there, and if we go, we're going.
We're going.
We can definitely plan something, like do a little meetup somewhere. Like that would be so stinking cute. Would love to do that with you guys. I know the week is going to be hectic anyways, but like
make it more hectic. Are you kidding me?
You know?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, more hectic. Yeah. We all just party.
Like, I can't. I know it just happened, but I'm seriously so excited for Elvis Week next year. I'm like, because I see everyone's Instagram posts and I'm like, oh my God, everyone's so cute. They met each other and it's so fun.
I feel like we missed out. I really do.
I know.
I'm like, we missed out. Like,
FOMO is so real, but that's what I keep saying. And non-negotiable, it's happening next year.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much, Gracie, for sending that in. That was wonderful.
Yeah, thank you, Queen. So up next is Ornella. Shout out to you, Queen. She's always in our lives and commenting on our stuff, so we love her. You. She said, "Hi guys, my name is Ornella and I'm 15 years old. I love the podcast and I can't wait for more episodes and to learn about Elvis with y'all. I'm so happy I found a group of people who I can share my love for Elvis. I also love that I can relate to you guys. I'm happy that you can relate to us.
I know, thank you. We're not too old.
Relatable. Not only did the Elvis movie change my life, but it also helped me find an amazing community of Elvis fans. I hope that one day I can meet y'all in person, hopefully at Graceland, TCB, or Nella. Like I said, sis, next year, Elvis Week.
We are doing it. We're doing it. Quote us. We're going to be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for writing in. As always, elvisandthepinkcadillacs@gmail.com. If you have anything you want to tell us, your story, you just want to say something about Elvis or the podcast, do it and we'll read it live.
And you might be featured.
And you might be featured. And
yeah.
That was Cadillac Confessions.
Cool. We're starting. I'm so happy when that music works for me.
Like, I know, you do it so well. You do it so well.
It's just once I want to fight it.
I would also like to make a note that I am wearing an Army Elvis t-shirt today. I feel like that's extremely important to note on the podcast, so sorry.
I think it is. If you guys aren't watching, she's wearing this beautiful hunter green shirt with Elvis thrifted.
GI Blues.
Really?
It says GI Blues on it. Yes, this is thrifted.
That's not new.
No, this is new. This is as of like 3 weeks ago new.
Okay.
Yeah, she's only been worn like a couple times, so I just thought I'd bring it out for the podcast. Thanks,
congratulations,
thank you, Kelsey, for suggesting. Thank you so much.
I love that. All right, Sky. So we can agree. Jillian took TikTok by storm.
1,000%. Like literally, raise your hand if you found Jillian from TikTok.
Me. She knew where all the Elvis besties were. She knew.
Marketing on point.
Marketing on point for Jillian. And her latest release, obviously, If I Could Talk to Elvis, is making waves, and she is getting the recognition that she truly deserves.
Jillian Cardarelli has been named at the top of Rolling Stone's list of 10 new country artists you need to know, and Nashville Lifestyles magazine has spotlighted her in their prestigious Music in the City issue, hailing her as one of the top new artists to watch. It's an absolute pleasure to have the immensely talented and widely acclaimed Jillian Cardarelli on with us today. Welcome, Jillian!
Hello! We're
You
so
made
happy
it.
to have you on.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about all the Elvis things.
All the Elvis things.
All the Elvis
Yes.
stuff.
We were talking for a little bit before this, and we were just mentioning how we had been planning this for like a little over a month now, so it's like
Yep,
crazy
long
to
time
actually
coming.
talk to Jillian.
I know. It's been a long time coming.
Yes,
It has
we're
been.
So excited.
It
Yes.
literally has
We were
been.
saying that earlier, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, Victory, do you want to start it off? Let's get this thing going.
Yeah, obviously. Okay, so an honorable mention though for Jillian's shirt as well. If you guys follow her, she wears this adorable Elvis Presley Kings of Spades shirt. I love it. So if you guys are watching the podcast, like I know, obsessed with it. All right, well, Jillian, obviously this is an Elvis podcast, and you want to tell us how you started your love for Elvis and like what sparked that for you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I've been an Elvis fan since I was probably 4 years old. My dad showed me the Aloha from Hawaii on VHS back in the 90s. And he was like, this is going to change your life. And I just remember sitting there and I was like jaw dropped. And I was like, I love him. Like, I was like, that's it. Like that's what I want to do. I'm like, I want to be a singer. I was like, I want to do what he does. And I also was like, I'm going to marry him also. So there's that.
Oh,
But yeah, I was like, my dad's like, you can't marry. I'm like, okay, well, my husband's from Memphis. So I always joke. I'm like, Elvis got him the second date. He was like, I'm from Memphis. And I was like, awesome. You want to go to Graceland on a date?
oh my gosh.
Within 3 months, we went to Graceland. He was like, is this going to be a regular thing? And I'm like, oh yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
I
Elvis brought you your first love, essentially. Or your husband, not your
My
first love,
husband,
but like your
yes.
husband.
Absolutely. I always joke my first love, my first love and my husband were from Memphis, Elvis and my husband. So
funny.
it's perfect.
I love that so
But I
much. At
think
least
there's,
he
like-
knew what he was signing up for. Like
Totally. Like
Yeah,
he
that was
he came into my condo and there was, I think I have like 6 big photos of Elvis everywhere. And he's like,
As you should.
oh, he's like, this is a thing. And I'm like, yeah, it's a thing. Like
Buckle
Elvis
up.
everywhere. Buckle up, we're going to Graceland. Yeah. But
Elvis is like playing matchmaker out here, and he has no idea.
yes, that's right. See?
So, okay. Our next question was, what was the first song or moment that made you a fan? So, Aloha was really like the thing that you were hooked.
Aloha
from.
was the thing. And then the first song was All Shook Up, ironically enough. There's videos of me. I think it's on YouTube somewhere. My dad put it up there like years ago. Oh yeah. It's of me
We'll
on
find
my
it.
bike singing All Shook Up when I was like
How
4 years
cute.
old. And I'm like,
That's
I was like even like trying to
adorable.
snap my fingers in rhythm. It was a nightmare, but it was, yeah, I was like,
While
oh, there's
riding the
proof.
bike.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's another one of me singing like Little Sister, just riding around, my
Iconic.
little like driveway when I was a kid. But, and then when I went to Graceland for the first time when I was 5 or 6 years old.
Uh-huh.
So that was my first time. And there's a picture of me like signing the wall. I'm like maybe this tall. So
I saw that
Big
picture, and
Elvis
you're
fan.
so stinking cute in it. And like, how cool is that to have like a picture of you as you were young there, and now like all your
Yeah.
pictures next to the wall now? It's like such a cool comparison.
Totally. Absolutely. And then for my 10th birthday, my parents like, where do you want to go for your birthday? You want to go to Florida, Disney, like typical 10. I go, I want to go back to Elvis's house. And they were like, oh, okay.
You were
So
a smart
back-
child.
Back to Memphis we go. So we did the 25th anniversary. Like we did the vigil. Like my parents
my
waited in the
gosh.
pouring rain with me because it
Wow.
downpoured that year. And there's pictures of me like standing in the soaking rain with like a candle, waiting all day to
Oh,
do the vigil
Oh my
walk.
gosh.
How special.
I
is that?
love how your dad showed you this and he was like, okay, this is just going to be a phase. She's going to like Elvis, but he did not realize like,
Yeah.
no, you set me up for success, father. Like
That's right. And my dad's a big Elvis fan too. So I think he knew what he was doing. He was like, this guy, yeah, you're going to love him. And I'm like, okay. But my dad had still in our house, there's Elvis pictures in our house. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I
he
love
started
that.
me young. So I owe it all to my dad for sure.
I love that so much.
What's his name? Give him a shout out.
My dad, Joe Cardarelli. my man.
Joe.
Shout out to Joe.
Yes.
Joe, thank you. Joe, thank you so much.
That's right.
All right. So apart from Elvis, is there any other musical influences that have played a significant role in your life?
Absolutely. I'm a big George Strait fan, big country music fan. Shania Twain, we share a birthday, so I always kind of looked up to her.
Two queens one day. Yeah. Okay, I see.
So Shania was another one, and it's funny, her song That Don't Impress Me Much was always my favorite, because at the very end she goes, so what do you think, you're Elvis or something? And I was like, she knows. She knows. So Shania was definitely a big influence for me. Faith Hill, Martina McBride, just like Reba McEntire, so amazing women in country were big.
The classics,
big
the classics in the 90s for sure too. I love all of them.
Yes, I'm like a 90s girl. I love 90s country, so that's my wheelhouse.
Oh, I feel that like, hardcore. Yes.
Yeah, I also grew up on Shania, and I would always because my mom, when she was getting ready, she would have MTV playing, and they always played all the old music videos back in the day.
Yes.
And
oh yeah.
Shania's music videos would come up with her and the leopard, yeah. And so I'd always sing that song when I was younger, and I love Shania. She is what a gem of a woman.
And her style was so fashion forward for her time too. She kind of pushed the envelope, kind of like Elvis in a way. She kind of just pushed the boundaries, pushed the envelope. So
iconic.
Completely. I remember my dad had a CD in his car that he would play on repeat, and I think he has a video of me as a toddler in my diaper singing "I Feel Like a Woman."
Yes,
literally up on the table, with us. So I was like a TV remote, and I was singing it. He has it recorded. I've not seen it yet, but I need to pull up this footage.
Yes, we need the footage.
At this point, I feel like a woman is just every young girl's anthem. This point. It's just it's the it song, when you grow up.
My toddler self knew what she was doing.
Yes. we hear "Let's Go Girls," and there's a switch that just flips.
It is.
We're literally
okay. We're what was that? What was that? Okay, my time to shine. Dance floor.
Are you ready? Let's go.
Exactly.
Amazing.
We could be at a club or something, and that thing goes off, and all the girls are on the dance floor like a mob running.
Immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So good.
So obviously we're here for If I Could Talk to Elvis. Jillian, I can't even, amazing job, sis.
Thank you.
Said what all of us have been wanting to say, but in the most beautiful way.
Thank you.
Jillian, I want you to talk about the time that you first listened to it too, but when I first listened to it, it was actually a couple days after it came out, and I was sitting at my desk at work, and I was like, oh, I'm going to listen to this song. Towards the end, I'm crying at my desk at work. I'm like, what is that? Why did I choose to listen to this right now at work? It's the ending where it talks about the gates and him singing to the saints. It just hits so hard because it's so true.
Yes.
when he got up there, that everyone was like, okay, Elvis, sing for us.
Sing for us. Yes, exactly. Yeah. I'm always when I go to heaven, I need to see obviously my family, but I'm gonna be where's Elvis?
Where's Elvis?
Where's
knock,
Elvis?
Knock. I'm here.
Yeah, exactly.
Victory, what was your experience hearing the song for the first time?
I listened to it at midnight. My husband was half asleep, and Jillian's angelic voice came on my phone, and I started playing it as loud as I could because I wanted to hear everything. And my husband's like, "What is that?" And I was like, "It's this beautiful song."
It's Jillian.
I was sitting there, and I was getting so emotional, and he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, are you not?"
No, I'm not.
And then it became my your song is so beautifully toned. It is not a hype song that you would work out to beat the punching bags, but I was.
Right. I love it.
I
love it. Yes.
I played it anyways. Yeah. I literally played it on repeat for my 40-minute drive to work. I went to the gym after, and I was doing all of it. And
it's a hype song.
If I could talk to Elvis, I was like, yeah, if I could talk.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
This is actually true. She did tell me about this. The song first came out, I remember being I listened to it all at the gym. That was iconic.
That's amazing. That is amazing. I love it. I love it.
So how was this song? How did this song come about? What, and obviously Elvis inspired you, but what made you want to write what we've all been trying to say for years?
Totally. And I think being an Elvis fan, like you girls know, it's like, if you know, you know, it's one of those weird things where it's like, we miss somebody we've never met. And some people are like, okay, like that's weird. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, how is it that I miss someone that I've never, like, I can like almost cry sometimes thinking about.
Yes.
I'm like, this is weird. Like,
Yeah.
okay, what is it about him? And I think it was after the movie came out, my friend Tina that I wrote the song with, Tina and Alex, Tina and I were texting, and she, you know, likes Elvis, and she's like, I love his Christmas stuff. And after she watched the movie, we were texting about it. I'm like, I just wish I could talk to him. I wish I was alive when he was alive. And she's like, what would you say if you could talk to him? And then we both had the idea of like, we should write that song, because there's so much that as a fan, and just you'd want to ask him, you'd want to say, and just let him know like he was loved, he was remembered, and more than the icon, than the entertainer, like as a person, like thank you for just being you. And basically it's like a little, just a letter to Elvis. And we just started writing down ideas, and the song kind of wrote itself. We got together with Alex, and we already had, I think, like a verse chorus idea. And, you know, it was like a note in my phone of just everything. I would think of something, and I'm like, oh, I would say this. I'm like, what is the overarching theme? In the end, it says, I would thank him. I'm like, what's the one thing I would just say thank you for the music and just being you.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful.
It's crazy because, like you said, like you can just start crying thinking about it. It's like you see one photo from him at a certain era in his life, and you're like, okay, I'm crying. Like, why am I crying over 50s Elvis right now? Like like the Tupelo Homecoming Festival. Why am I crying? Like Army Elvis.
Why am I crying?
Yeah. Yes. And so it's just so accurate. Like you feel like so. I don't know, thinking about Elvis, it just makes you like have butterflies. Like you feel like a light inside of you. Like you just love someone so much you've never met. So it's so cool to have a song that explains it.
Yeah, I know. I'm so happy like you related that to it too, because I know some of us can feel weird, like, you know, mourning over someone that, you know, died. So
46 years ago.
Yeah, like literally specifically 46 years ago. And it's just like, you put it into words and made it feel more like normalizing it. And I appreciate that. I do.
Thank you.
And I mean, that's needed.
It is, right? Because I'm like, why am I tearing up watching the 68 comeback? Why am I tearing up? But why? Like, I don't get it, but Elvis fans get it. And I'm sure there are other, you know, I actually don't know if there are other entertainers that have that kind of 46 years later have that. They're fans. People go to Graceland and they wait in the pouring rain for hours to go or do the vigil. It's so unique, and he was just so special. So I'm like, we need a fan anthem for Elvis,
and it's
just a thank you letter to Elvis. Absolutely.
Yeah, we walk to the gates with the plane, like
literally like a speaker, like over our heads, get a line.
Elvis 2024 week. We're coming for you.
I love it. Yes.
We will
absolutely.
We have been saying this like the whole month since we weren't able to be at Elvis Week this year. We keep saying we're like non-negotiable Elvis Week 2024. We will be there. If any, because everyone keeps asking,
be there, baby.
We should do a meetup. I'm like, go to Elvis Week 2024. We will meet. We'll go.
Yes, absolutely. I'm planning on being there, girls. So we will meet up.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Before we move on to the next question, we wanted to ask you about this. How was Elvis Week?
Yes.
You just got back.
Elvis, I did. I just got back from Elvis Week, and it was amazing. And I actually, Sirius XM played the song. I did an interview with Argo, which was so awesome to hear that song on Elvis's station, like a dream come true for me. And just, you know, a lot of fans, you know, it's just something that I think that people can really relate to. And that was fantastic. We got to do a tour of Graceland, which was awesome. And got some fun facts. Did you know that the wall that everybody signs was built a little bit lower so everybody could see it into the house, because Elvis wanted people to feel like a part of his world?
I cried.
I cried when she told me that. I
did not know that.
I do remember. Yeah. I think I did know that, but that's something that like completely like left my head. Like I forgot about that. Because when you're there, Victory hasn't been to Graceland yet, and she's hopefully going very soon. Victory, you're gonna like, because you're tall, you're gonna see right over it. Yeah,
I see right over it from the street. Yeah. And I think in my video you can see it in the background, because we filmed right on Elvis Presley Boulevard.
Yeah,
and hearing that made me tear up, because I'm like, this is a guy who just wanted to share his world with everybody. And he was just, his relationships with his fans,
everything
was really what made him so unique and so special. And hearing that during the tour, I'm sitting there, I'm like, anybody have a tissue?
You're like, I'm crying.
I know.
I'm crying.
Crying again.
I'm crying.
For like the fourth time.
And then another thing she said that made me cry, I guess she said that someone in his entourage, like, Elvis, all those fans out there, they'd steal the shirt right off your back. And he goes, well, that's okay because they put it there.
I know.
Okay,
and I literally
start
was like,
a list. A list of what makes us cry. Let's just start adding it down.
And I'm like, that's, so many people could be like, brush their fans off or just, but he just embraced it and he loved us and we loved him.
You don't get a relationship like that nowadays with celebrities and their fans. And it's very much, we've talked about this in a very previous episode, like when we first started, how like walking down the street, seeing a celebrity, you're going to be like scared. Like, do I say anything? Do I ask for a picture? I don't want to bug them. But if it was Elvis, no questions asked.
No question.
Would absolutely go up to him and say something, ask for a picture. You know what I mean? You just know. He would be so kind towards you.
Totally.
Where nowadays that you never know. So
it's a 50-50 shot
50-50.
nowadays.
Yeah, I know, literally. You're gonna get pepper sprayed or the cops called on you. Like, you don't know what's
exactly. Exactly. But I think I was reading Linda Thompson's book, who I love Linda. She's an angel of a human being.
An angel.
And I have her book on audio and I'll just like let it put me to bed sometimes. I play it and her voice is so soothing. And in her book, I think she mentions how he never really turned down giving anybody an autograph. She's like, no matter where we were, he was all about the fans. And I'm like, that is just so special.
So sweet.
Yeah.
It's so true though. I keep thinking, because you're talking about the gate and everything, I keep thinking about the story of how the girls used to write down their measurements and then write down their phone number. And they would, and then they would get phone. You didn't know?
Yeah.
No. Write down their bust, waist, and hip size, and then their phone number, trying to get Elvis's attention. And he would call them, but instead of like, the reaction they were wanting, he'd be like, stop writing on my fence. Like, he would tell them to stop writing their waist sizes.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I did not know this.
I knew they would do that next time
on the car. Yes. With the Sharpie, just measurements.
It's so funny.
Maybe he'll call.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I love it.
So, working with Larry Strickland, how was that? Did you feel like Elvis's presence in the room when you were working with him?
Yeah,
absolutely. So Larry's been a dear friend for many years, and I wrote this song and I sent it to him and I said, would you want to sing on this with me? And he said, texted back within I think 5 minutes and was like, I love it, absolutely, you let me know where and when, I'll be there. And he sang on the Moody Blue album, the Jungle Room session. So I've known his voice since I was little, that deep bass voice. And so having him sing on this, as somebody who did talk to Elvis, was just so special. And he said, about Elvis, he said he was such a giving person, always giving away clothes, jewelry. Like, come in, take whatever you want. Like, he was just such a loving, generous person. So having someone like Larry sing on this song was just a dream come true.
Did he like give you the Elvis would? Did he say like Elvis would really like this song or anything like that? Like, did he give you like the stamp of approval?
Oh, he did. He was like, this song. He's like, the concept in itself is so unique. He's like, I know that the Elvis fans, like, this is a song that Elvis fans need this song.
Yeah,
like that to me is everything.
Yeah,
I hope Elvis would approve.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
give us a sign.
Yeah.
Call us, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously Elvis is legendary in all aspects of music and what he's done for the music community. And so what aspects of music and his persona maybe have influenced your own music style and career?
Oh, good question. Not being scared to take risks, because I think Elvis was such a, he picked his songs, and if he believed in something, he would do it. And I kind of try to do that for myself too. If I like a song, like this song, I'm like, you know what? Yeah. People may resonate with it, they may not, but I love it and I feel it. So just kind of following your gut and not being scared to push the envelope a little bit.
I love that.
I know. Yeah. And now Elvis is also known for his unique fashion and his iconic looks. Have you ever inspired your outfits or things that you do on stage for your personal style?
Absolutely. So the video just came out today for the video. I don't know if you girls have seen it yet.
We watched it. Don't worry.
Okay. But there were some Easter eggs I put in the video. So like the black leather suit was an homage to the 68 comeback, and the blue suede shoes. I had little lightning bolt earrings and like a horseshoe necklace. So I definitely love the black leather because I think is black leather Elvis my favorite? I debate all the time.
I was gonna say people were asking, so you might as well answer right now.
That one. Okay,
that was one of the questions.
Okay, that's one of them. So I don't know. 70s Elvis, I love like That's the Way It Is documentary. That's part of. I just fell in love with his personality through that whole documentary series. But then there's, I think, the 68 comeback.
It's hard.
It's hard. I don't know. And I love 50s Elvis too, like Stuck on You and All Shook Up. I don't know. I don't know. I love it all. I love it all. You can't pick one, but I do love, there's something about the black leather outfit that I just love. Different. It's iconic. And like, it was his comeback. He hadn't been on stage in years. I'm like, yes.
Priscilla said that was her favorite too when I spoke with her. She was like, what do you think? Of course it's the black leather suit, because she remembers sitting there seeing him in it. And we were like, oh, we know why. And she's like, oh, obviously. And I was like, say less. I was like, okay.
I can't even imagine.
I love that.
Seeing that in person. Like, I literally am like getting chills right now thinking about perceiving 68 comeback. I can't. We gotta move on from this. I'm not well. Okay, so Elvis had his famous peanut butter and banana sandwich. If you were to create a Jillian special sandwich in his honor, what would it be?
In his honor, okay. So definitely peanut butter, and put a little honey in it. Peanut butter, banana with honey. I think that would be a good touch. And I actually had, in the video, I was eating a peanut butter banana sandwich at the Arcade Cafe where he used to go. That was like a restaurant. You feel like you're stepping into a time capsule. And we literally, I'm like, we're not going to sit here and film and not get a peanut butter banana sandwich.
Of course.
I would definitely do peanut butter, bananas, and add a little bit of honey for a little extra sweetness.
That sounds delicious. That sounds so good.
I may have to make that for dinner. I may have to do that.
You're like, that's my dinner, actually.
Yeah, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, have the bananas, have the peanut butter, have the honey. We're good.
It's perfect.
That is so. I can't wait to go and like try it at like the place where he went to like order those. Like, mind blown. Like, Elvis sat in there. Elvis looked at the room that you were sitting in. Like, it's so hard for me to like
understand that.
Like, it's so cute too, and like, so their food is really good, and it just, the vibe is so cute in there, and I'm like, dang, I wish I lived in Memphis so I can do like Sunday brunch every weekend.
I know, at the arcade.
I know. It's so cute. You'll love it, Victory, whenever you go.
That one. And then where was the one that Priscilla went to get her hair that's now a restaurant? I know there's a different one.
I forgot the name of it, but essentially it's a beauty salon that Priscilla would get her hair done at. That's now transformed into a restaurant, and I wish I remember the name, but if you did a Google search, it'll come up. But
it'll probably come up.
I didn't have a chance to go there, but I heard it's amazing. So
I want to go because they have like the little chairs that they used to sit into, and you can take pictures in it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
so
that's
cute.
awesome.
So
okay, cool. I definitely need to do that.
Yeah, we'll all go next time. Elvis 2024. We'll go.
We'll all be there. Yes.
Amazing.
All right. So if you could have a duet with Elvis, what song would you choose, and how do you think that your voices would complement each other?
Oh, girls, that's a hard question. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
We threw her for a loop.
I know. I was like, we're not going to ask you questions you haven't been asked before.
Right. No, you are. This is good. So can I pick one from the 70s and one from the 60s? Okay. Of
course.
So I love the song Memories from the 68 comeback.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm going to cry.
I love a slow song. I feel like our voices would blend on that song really nicely.
Yeah.
And the other one, Wonder of You. I love that song.
That one's so good too.
That one, and then they redid it a few years ago with the Philharmonic Orchestra.
Yes. That one was so good.
So good.
I know.
So
blown
good.
away.
Blown away. So those two would be my top two. Okay, two.
You guys would sound great on those. Let me just say that.
Can you make that happen now? I want to hear Memories with you and him singing it together.
I'm sure like AI could do it, but I'll wait till heaven.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually recently because you hear so many songs over the as you get into Elvis, and Wonder of You was always one of them that I didn't listen to as much. And then recently I've been listening to it more, but I think of it as like Elvis talking to us, because I've heard that he thought of his fans when he sang that song, and I'm like, so it just hits so much more when you think
It does.
you sit there and you're like, Elvis is talking about his fans, and you're just like crying.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go listen to it from that perspective tonight.
You should.
You should.
Also, Just Pretend as well. Just Pretend has always been a one that I've thought of, like, it's Elvis talking about us. Go listen to Just Pretend too, with that perspective.
It's one of my favorites.
Yes, that's my favorite song. And so I'm like, you got it. It changes you when you think of it like that.
Okay. I'm on it. I'm gonna make a peanut butter banana sandwich tonight, and I'm gonna listen to those.
We're giving you all this homework.
It's perfect. I love it. It's the best homework to have.
Yes.
Those are my gym songs today. I really need to update the playlist to something more upbeat, because I was like, again, lifting weights and listening to Memories, and I was like, what am I doing?
Iconic of you.
I love it. No, I love it.
Crying and lifting weights.
Yes.
So we heard that you were a black belt in karate. Is that true?
I am.
Girl,
I am a black belt in karate.
Love that.
Girl.
So knowing Elvis has also had a black belt in karate, like, what inspired you to do karate? Was it Elvis?
I think subliminally, probably. Like deep down, probably I was like, oh, he was into karate. I should probably be into karate. But my parents signed me up for it when I think I was in like the 3rd grade. And I got my black belt in high school, and they were like, you're going to stick with it. It's just good. You can never give up. It's just good fundamentals in life that I wanted to quit many times. And I was like, this is too hard. This is too much. I don't want to do this anymore. And I just sticking with it was just such a good life lesson. And I'm glad I did it. But definitely, I think Elvis, inspired me a little bit for sure. That's
so cool. Do you still do it right now at all?
I don't. I do like rumble boxing here and there. So I keep like a little bit of like, but before the pandemic, I was researching, karate places in Nashville. I do want to get back into it at some point, just for like, self-defense. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Exactly.
It's so cool to think he also used those moves while he was up on stage to perform.
Yes.
I thought that, like, did you ever do that? Like, have you ever like done like a little karate chop or something?
I have not. I need to do that, but I don't trust myself with heels on stage. Like that would be, I don't know.
That's a new level. That's a new level.
I have fallen once on stage, and I'm like, I never want to do that again.
But I feel like you have. It's like a rite of passage. I feel like you have to fall once on stage. You know?
It happened in like 2019. I'm like, I'm surprised it took me that long for it to happen, but it's okay. But I'm impressed with Elvis in like those tight suits, and he's like down in like a side stance, like doing. I'm like, how? Yeah. Superman, really?
I know.
I'm like, were they stretched? Did they have some stretch to them?
Yes.
Like,
they definitely did.
They had to have. Yes.
There was like a nylon fabric that they specifically made for Elvis suits after he kept ripping them.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
They're like, this man is going to be on the ground doing flips, like turning around. Like, they got to do something.
He would come off stage and be like, we need to do something about this, because he would go through like outfits a night.
Oh my
How much he was ripping them. So yes, they came up with the nylon material that Elvis was one of the first people to use. There's a specific name for it. But
now we gotta find it.
For him. I know.
Wow.
I wrote about it in one of my articles that I did, and it was like, I looked it up, and I'm forgetting the name now, but it was really cool.
Well, now we all have
I'm going to look that up. Absolutely.
Fun fact. Okay, so this one is really fun. We do this thing weekly on the podcast. Well, we try to, where we talk about our Elvis fixation. This can be anything related to Elvis and Elvis stories, something that just have been obsessing over this past week.
Yeah.
You have one. What is your Elvis fixation, Jillian?
Elvis fixation
of the week.
We'll have
it changes every week.
Of the week. I mean, it does. What I obsess is the rehearsal scenes from That's the Way It Is. I love his energy in that documentary. He's just so funny and playful with the mic. That's makes me fall in love with him all over and over and over again. So that is my Elvis fixation of the week.
I love that.
Hearing those conversations, it's like, he's just so human. Like, he's just
so
like
human.
Elvis. Like,
I love it.
He's Elvis, but he's so, I feel like we'd all be friends. And he just was
completely.
Like funny guy, and he's like signed the Pope, like when like he was doing that little like reading those cards, and I'm like, I love him. Like we would so all be friends.
Exactly. Victory, what's your Elvis fixation of the week?
Okay, I know I mentioned the picture from that one. Okay, I've been obsessed with this picture from one random night on August 25th, but it's changed in the past hour.
Ooh.
Oh my
Okay, what
goodness.
is it?
Okay, Elvis
I
fixations are
know.
always changing.
It's very last minute, like snap of a finger. So I was scrolling on Instagram, and there is this picture that was taken from the audience of Elvis up on stage.
Mhm.
I will show it to you guys. It's just so weird to see from an audience perspective Elvis performing.
Wait, zoom in on it a little bit.
Ooh.
Let's
It's
get a little
strange.
zoom on that.
Like
You're like,
he's
Wow.
it looks pretty
He's
clear
just-
too.
he's just up there, like
Yeah.
just like a normal human. Because I feel like
Just
every
chilling.
picture is so enhanced and like dramatized, obviously. But that
Mhm.
one, he's just like with the
Just
microphone,
standing.
like, "Hey," and I was
I'm
like, "You're a
Elvis.
real person." I know. I'm like, "You look normal." I was like, "Oh my gosh, I love it."
We love
I
those
love
little
that.
moments.
I love it.
I
I've
want to
never seen
find
that photo.
someone.
I haven't seen that photo
I can
either,
send
actually.
it to you. I can send it to
Send
you
me.
both. It's just like I want to go through someone's pictures that was actually at the concert and see what they took from a different perspective.
Mm.
And that
Yeah.
looks
That's a
like
good-
one of the pictures that was taken at a concert
Yeah.
from a
Yes.
fan. So
Isn't
I want
it
to.
crazy how like at Elvis concerts back in the day there weren't cell phones, so no one just has like the pictures on their phone. Like it was literally from
Yes.
a camera that they had to go to a Photoshop to get printed if they
Mhm.
wanted to see the film. Like it's just so crazy, like the different times, Elvis time versus now. Like he doesn't know what texting is. Isn't that
Right.
crazy?
Could you
Like,
imagine
God.
Elvis on social media?
That's
It'd be
We
amazing.
were talking about
Like-
that. We were talking about like him on TikTok. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
on it, like so on it. Could you imagine the live, like TikTok live? Just like
I would love it. I would love it.
it's so crazy to think about, just like him in this time
Mhm.
period, and like so much that has changed from the years. So
Yes. Yes.
but my fixation of the week is actually a 68 fixation, because we
Ooh.
did an interview on Monday with the director John Scheinfeld of the new documentary Reinventing Elvis, and so I was watching a lot of 68 comeback stuff before our interview, and there's this just the sit down of him just sitting down, being human, saying random stuff that's like so funny, and like the part where he's like, okay, we're gonna do one more song, so we have to get another audience in, and everyone's like, boo, and then he goes, man, I just work here. Like it's like something we would say now, you know? Like, man, I just work here. Like,
Yeah.
his little
I
eye
know
roll.
exactly.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking
It's
about. I
so
love
funny.
that.
Yeah.
Man,
And
I
so-
just work here.
I've just been playing it over and over again this whole week, just like staring at it.
It's so good.
And then
It's
next
so
week
good.
we'll all have a different fixation.
Oh,
so
so
it's
something different.
Yes.
Something different.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, well, we are going to move on to fan questions. Every time we have a guest, we always ask our listeners, do you have any questions for them? So our first question is from Haley, and she asked, what is your favorite room at Graceland?
Oh, hard question.
Right?
Oh, my gut says the jungle room,
Mhm.
Okay.
but lately, the glass peacocks, the blue room, right when you walk into to the right,
They're
that has to be it.
beautiful.
I mean, the jungle room has a place in my heart.
Yeah.
But that room, oh, I love it with the piano, and
It's so
that
beautiful.
has to be that. Yeah.
So beautiful. And there's
So beautiful.
so many different details of great. Like, that's why I always tell people you got to go to Graceland
Yes.
more than once, because there's so many
Yes.
details that you'll miss. Like, you just got to sit and stare like at every single thing.
Yes. And something that caught my eye again when we went this past Elvis week was the carpeting in the pool room
Yes.
with the carpeting on the ceiling. I love
Yes.
that. I
Yeah.
love that. I took a picture of it, and I'm like,
You're like
am
touching
obsessed.
it. You're like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's so many unique rooms, but I think the stained glass, the living room. I love that room.
That
Just
living
feels
room
like
is so
Elvis.
beautiful.
So
Yes.
So open and just so full of
Mhm.
light. I love that.
Yes, exactly.
From what I've seen on pictures, since I haven't been.
You'll,
But-
be
You'll get there soon.
You'll get there.
Yes.
We know. You'll
Yes,
get there.
yes.
We know it. Victory.
Didn't Linda help design the peacocks on the stained glass?
Yes, that
Yeah.
was all
Okay.
Linda. In the little
Queen.
stained
That's
glass.
what I thought.
think that the red P above the
Yeah,
door.
the EP and
So-
then the
and she
roses, yeah.
did. Yeah, she did the jungle room too. Queen.
Great style.
I love that.
Queen.
I know she really does.
Yes,
style.
she does. Yes.
Love her.
And she's a real life angel too. Just the nicest, sweetest.
Did you get to meet her?
I did, yes.
Oh.
I've known her for a few years. We met at a St. Jude event in Palm Springs a couple years back. So I've known her for a few years, but we talked during Elvis week, and I just loved seeing her there. I'm like, long overdue. You know,
it is.
That was like one of the things about Elvis week this year is like knowing that Linda was there and she hadn't been there in so long. It was like, how cool is that? Like that is, it was such a joy to see her there back in her element and all the pictures that she recreated in the house. I was like, Queen.
I loved it. And I think she did tours too. So you could get a tour of the house with Linda. And I'm like, I want to do that.
Could you imagine like the stories she has to tell and hearing them straight from her while you're in Graceland?
She's so many.
Yeah.
So many. Mm-hmm. She's literally an angel. Like
that's on my list for next year. I'm like, I need to do a Linda guided tour through Graceland.
Yes. Linda, please.
Big group of us. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
So with that Elvis community, how does it feel to have so much love from the community that you're a part of?
Amazing. You know, I think TikTok has been such a blessing because it brings people together. Like even you girls, like it just this community has really embraced the song. And, you know, you put something out and I'm like, I hope people resonate with it and hope they like it. But the way that everyone's embraced this and it's like, oh my God, this is what I want to say to him. And this is making me cry. And it's a beautiful thing to see, you know, just a song that can connect people. It's such a universal language that we all speak music. So it's just, it's really special to see the Elvis community just love this song and can relate to it.
That question was asked by Lex, by the way. I forgot to mention that.
Thank you, sorry. Lex. And I want to say you did do an amazing job with TikTok because that's how I found you in the song. It popped up on my For You page. So what you did was working.
I'm trying to learn, you know. I was like late to the TikTok game and I'm like, I'm just going to throw it up there and see.
No,
you did great.
It worked.
You did great.
It worked.
Thank you. Found us. Hello, we're here.
Perfect.
So Kaylee wants to know, when we kind of talked about this already, but how did you manage to put all the right words into one song?
Ooh, I think, you know, having that note in my phone, I would think of things and she's like, what would you say? And I'm like, well, I would definitely thank him. That's the overarching thing. And I'm also, I wanted to touch on like, how did it feel when you bought your mom that pink Cadillac? Like, and get to know all those questions that I would just have. Sometimes I wake up at like 3 a.m. and I'm like, oh, I have another question. I like jet over to my phone. I'm like,
that.
Yeah. So I emailed it to my co-writers and I'm like, this is just a jumble. Like the list was so long. And we just kind of, you know, I think we even changed one of the lines about Graceland. I said, I think we need to let him know that at Graceland people visit every day because I think he'd want to know that. So that was one of the lines for me that we went and edited it. I think the week before I went in the studio, I was like, I think this is what that needs to say because we need to let him know that people visit and people still love him. And I know he knows that. I know he knows that.
Yeah.
But I'd make sure he knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just that extra reassurance.
Yes. I totally love you.
And he was so proud of Graceland too. Like when people came over, he would literally give them a tour and like, welcome to my home. Like it's just so special that we get to experience that still.
Totally. Absolutely. And I think that's what he would have wanted, you know, I think he would want it to be shared with everybody. And you feel like, I think when you're driving up to Graceland in the headphones, it starts playing Welcome to My World. And I'm like, okay, here we go, crying again. And I'm like,
that song gets me every time.
Me too. And so I saw an interview with Linda that it was one of her sorority songs and she had him sing that for the Aloha. Isn't that crazy?
Fun fact, Linda and I were in the same sorority. So it is like when I found that out, when I read that in her book, I actually screamed. I was like, because to think that Elvis would sing like, so our sorority was Alpha Delta Pi, and to sing like one of our songs, crazy. Like it's another thing crazy? Like we were saying, like it's a small world, like so many things connect and oh my gosh. So
I'm gonna cry for you. You're getting me emotional. Dude, let me just whip out the Q-tips.
I'm like, Linda, we're sisters. Elvis, like, well.
So good.
Okay, so we haven't done this before yet with one of our guests.
You're first.
We're gonna do
a
game called This or That, and we're just gonna like say some Elvis related, like, would you do this or would you do that? We thought like you would be the best to play this game with. So Victory.
Okay, I'm excited.
Take it away. I already know this answer
Right.
after what she's been talking about. So
I know, I have a feeling. All right. Being an audience member for the 68 comeback or the Aloha?
Oh, girls. Girls. I don't know.
in Victory, we have to say our answers too.
Yes, of course.
I'd have to be 68 comeback.
Yeah,
Had to be. But it kills me to say that.
I
Like,
know.
Aloha. Okay, but 68, just because it was so intimate, and I would. He's right there.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, shivers.
Victory, what would you do?
Yes.
Oh, 68 comeback. I want to be the girl he sing memories to.
Same.
Like, please.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting right there drooling.
That's all I can think about is the girls for memories, him just sitting there in between them. Why wouldn't you want to be them?
That's right.
Amazing.
They held themselves together so well, too.
Oh my
Looking
God.
at them, they were, like, so composed. I was like, how?
How, ma'am? Are you okay? Are you shaking? Like, okay. If I can dream suit or the leather.
Leather.
Okay.
Leather.
Yeah, leather.
Yeah, leather. I mean, they're both iconic.
Yeah.
But I love the leather. Yeah, I love the
Victory,
leather.
What about you?
It depends on the mood.
Right. I get that.
Like, if I'm, like, feeling up class and I want to start a movement and, like, be inspirational, white suit. But if I'm like, ooh, leather.
I know. It's hard.
Like, it depends on the
It's a hard
mood. Like,
Right.
I think
I would have
right,
to go with
yeah.
the leather, though. The
Yeah.
leather.
I
Like,
think
overall, leather.
leather. I think I'm gonna be different. I think I'm gonna do If I Can Dream. Only because
Love it.
If I Can Dream, like, literally moves me to tears. Like, any single time I
Mhm.
watch it or hear it, and it's just so special. But, like, I love the leather. Like, don't worry. Like, the leather is everything. Like, I would give anything to see that man in the leather. But I think I'm
Yes.
gonna do If I Can Dream for this one.
Oh, yeah,
Love
I
it.
understand. Again, the mood.
I get it.
It depends.
It's the mood.
If I can dream tomorrow, but right now I'm feeling leather. All right. King Creole or Jailhouse Rock?
King Creole.
I'm King Creole
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
King Creole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny Fisher. Amen.
Yes. Amen.
Same with Vince though. Vince was just, he's so sassy in Jailhouse Rock. I love his little
True.
attitude.
True.
Okay. Have you seen all the movies actually? We should ask you that before I ask this.
Not all of them.
Okay.
No.
Which is fine because I haven't
Okay.
seen all of them.
I haven't
Victory
either.
hasn't seen
Okay.
all of them either.
Okay.
Have you seen Double Trouble or Harem Scarum?
I have not.
Okay.
I have more homework
That's
tonight,
fine.
girls.
That is fine. They're
Okay.
two of the ones that are like not great, which is why I was like,
Okay.
choose your fighter essentially.
Choose your-
Double Trouble or Harem Scarum. And like, I personally have beef with Double Trouble. That movie is just
Not it.
not it. But so is Harem Scarum is also another one that it's really hard for people to get through. So that's okay.
Okay.
We're gonna skip this one. But the next one is
Okay.
really good.
All
If
right.
you've seen these movies as well, Victory.
Girls, 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 or Blue Hawaii?
Blue Hawaii.
Yeah.
Blue
Blue
Hawaii,
Hawaii.
same.
Yeah. Yep.
This is hard for me though because I have an attachment to girls, girls, girls.
Because it's the last scene. It's your attachment.
Have you seen Girls, 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 Jillian?
I have. Long
Okay.
time ago.
So this has been my number one fixation since we
all
had
she
started
talks
all I
about.
talk about. The
It's all
ending scene, okay? The
Okay.
actual girls, girls, girls number. The way he dances and moves his hips, it is so addicting. That is another homework.
Okay.
Watch this scene after this because you're
Can I-
gonna be like, I get it. Like, I get it. It's
Okay.
just so addicting and mesmerizing to see him move like that. And then he starts doing the twist at the end and he's just so cute. So
Okay.
I feel
love
like I
it.
have to do girls, 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 but I love
I-
Hawaii.
I feel like we need to start a group chat and just share everything that we're like,
Yes,
talking
we do.
about.
I'm like, here you go, Jillian. So much on this.
It's perfect.
Okay. That's the Way It Is, or Elvis on Tour.
That's the way it is. Yeah.
I
That's
love
the way it
That's
is.
the Way It Is. So
That's
much.
the
I
way
do
it
too.
is.
Elvis on Tour, like, is such a good one too, though. That's
I
one
know.
of the movies I watched while I was at Graceland, like in the theater. And so watching that
Oh,
for the
wow.
first time, like being at Graceland, I was like, this is so cool.
This
and
is
like
everything.
it's
Yeah.
everything. But I really, like, That's the Way It Is also has a special place in my heart, so
Yes.
I understand.
How do you pick? I mean, I just have an attachment to That's the Way It Is because I watched that growing up on like DVD. So I watched it over and over and over. So it has a special place
And
in
those
my heart.
suits that he wore and
Yes. Oh, yes.
it's just,
Don't get me started.
yeah, it's so good. It's so good. It's so beautiful.
Yes.
Like that and leather. I'm like, okay.
Okay,
we're set.
We see you.
Okay. I understand. Okay, so would you want to go to a concert in the 50s or the 70s?
70s.
Same.
70s for sure.
I'm 50s.
Oh, okay. I like it. I mean, I'd go to any Elvis concert, but
literally.
if I had to pick, I think it would be 70s.
Yeah.
Completely. I want to go to one of his Vegas shows so badly.
Could you imagine being in the audience?
Could you imagine?
No.
Unwell.
Rip.
Unwell.
R.I.P. to me.
I think the thing with like 150s is like I'm a 50s girly through and through. Like Elvis in the 50s, like I can't. But seeing him just starting out, like the fire, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. But also like kind of scary because like the girls in the audience, like during those days would be like so crazy. You see the pictures back in the day of like the girls screaming. I'm like, that's us. Like
that's exactly.
That's us. But
and then in the 70s, he was just like kissing girls in the audience.
Yes. Oh my god!
And I'm like,
70s.
Who does that anymore? Yeah,
like
70s.
he embraces them. It's not just like a pet.
Yeah.
Like he grabs their face and like embraces them.
That doesn't happen today. Who does that?
Point blank period. No. There was
happen.
I have to bring this up though because I am also a Harry Styles fan, and at his concert there was a girl who brought a sign and it said Elvis kissed his fans, you should too, or something like that. And I was like, that's so iconic. I also was tempted to do that sign, but I didn't do it. But Harry obviously ignored it. He's like, I'm not kissing you. Like, I'm like,
he doesn't get it.
If only. Yeah. Do you guys remember the time when you first found out that Elvis kissed his fans? Because I was shook when I found out.
Yeah, it was in the movie. When I saw Priscilla's face, and I was like,
yeah, you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, what is going on? I remember seeing it, and That's the Way It Is. Because they had a girl in a blue dress.
Yes.
And he went to kiss her. Then she like grabbed him back again.
And she's like crying.
Yes, and she's sobbing. I'm like, I get it.
You're like, what's going on right now? And like, why is that not me?
Yeah. But I remember being shocked watching. I was like, wait, he kissed them too? Like, that's wild. It was wild. That's when I realized he did that. And I was like, okay.
So crazy.
They had to peel that girl off of him. Like, literally someone came and like grabbed her.
Yes.
She was
remember
shook.
Vividly.
Okay. Ride a motorcycle with Elvis or ride one of his horses with him?
Ooh. I think horses. I think it'd be horses because I don't know.
Yeah.
You're just kind of in nature, peaceful, quiet, and seeing him in that element would be cool.
Victory, I already know your answer.
Motorcycles.
Ooh,
no,
I like
she's
it.
lying. She's lying. She's a horse girly. Absolutely not.
Jillian's like, oh my gosh, so bad of you. Motorcycles.
Hey, I would do the motorcycle too if I had to,
Definitely the horses. Like, they were my love language. To have a man that knew how to ride horses. I mean, nothing against my husband, but to have a man that knows how to ride horses.
Yes,
it's home to me.
You gotta teach Juan now. He doesn't know how to ride a horse.
I try. He's like, I'm from Colombia. We ride horses over there. I'm like, okay, so you know how to ride? He's like, nope. And I was like, why did you tell me that? Why did you tell me that?
He's so dead. I would probably do a motorcycle just because I'm not. I've been on a horse like once, and I don't think I would be able to do that by myself. It was like one of those like they take you through the desert, and I even was scared when I was doing
I'll take you horseback riding.
Perfect. I'm just like, can we talk about for a second when Angie and Alicia were on, and they told us this story about how Elvis would ride his horse throughout Graceland and like say hi to the fans, and he thought that as long as you take the horse out, you have to walk it for the same amount of time after.
To cool them off.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
So if he rode the horse for 45 minutes, he then took it on a 45-minute walk around Graceland.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
Just trying to be a good dad.
Good dad. Yeah.
He didn't know any better.
Rising Sun had the best life, but also no. Like, I love the fact that he used to ride up and down the gates on Rising Sun to show off to the fans.
I know.
And God
I love
love him.
that.
I saw his posture. He's not a pro, but he's holding on, and I love that for him.
Victory's
That's
a horse breath.
You're like critiquing the form.
She's like, okay, prop up a little bit more.
I know, like, set up, put your
I
heels
love it.
down, don't look hunchback. Other than that, you look great, sweetie. But the biggest fan, seriously. Okay, this one's hard. At least for me, it is. Elvis classic TCB necklace or his rings?
That is really hard.
Girls.
She's like, please, I'm begging.
Like the diamond TCB necklace?
Or the diamond
and
TCB.
yeah,
The diamond, yeah.
That's even hard for me, to be honest.
I
I don't know
don't
which one I
know.
would pick.
Is this for us to have and to hold type of thing? Or just in general?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would do the necklace.
Mhm.
Because he gave them to people that
Everyone, yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't know. That's hard though, because I love the rings.
I know.
All the jewelry. I love jewelry, so I'd be like all of it. But
Yeah.
we'll do the necklace, the
Okay.
diamond
Okay,
TCB necklace. Yeah, can't go wrong. It's
Victory,
hard.
what about you?
I would. Oh, dang it. I'm like not a ring girly, but I am if it was his rings.
Yeah.
I can also like punch people with them. They're good like defense weapons too, I feel like.
Yeah. Especially
They're
his
thick.
rings. They were thick.
I know, they were thick. I'm like,
yes.
honestly, I might go with the ring. I've been looking at his
like it.
rings more often and I'm kind of falling in love with them. I would go
They-
with the
I like
rings.
I think
I
I would
like it.
probably do the ring too, and I love how you can buy jewelry from Lowell Hayes and it's
Yes.
the same exact design
Yes.
that Elvis, like the black sapphire ring. I want that one so badly. And
Yes.
I also think about there was a ring that his friend Judy Spreckles gave him back in the day, and he would wear that one all the time too. And then like the TCB ring. His
Yes.
jewelry is just so beautiful. Like anything
I
Elvis
want-
wore, the sunglasses,
Yes.
anything.
His Circle G ranch ring that him and
Yes.
Priscilla wore too. I really want that one as
Yeah.
well.
That was a
So
hard
many.
one. Okay,
Yes.
this one's a song. So Blue Suede Shoes or Suspicious Minds?
Ooh. Suspicious Minds.
I think I would do Suspicious Minds too.
Yeah.
That one's a hype song, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Like iconic.
Like the Aloha version
yeah.
of Suspicious
Yes.
Minds.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Love.
Hits different.
It's
It
Hits
hits
different.
different.
Oh my god.
It's a different
Yes.
mix, different track.
When he goes,
he just
I've never lied to you, and then he goes, no, not much.
No, not
I
much.
was,
Yeah.
I was like, he's
So
funny.
funny.
He's so funny. I know.
He just
And he
has
had that little
things.
smirk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, that wasn't rehearsed too. You know,
No.
like that was just, he was just like, no, not
Throwing it in.
much. I'm
Yeah.
like, I love you. Yes.
Anytime he adds like a little something into his songs, it's so funny. My
Mhm.
favorite is like when he's singing, then he goes plus tax, just like randomly. Like, so now in everyday life, I just randomly will be like plus tax, and like no one knows what I'm talking
No one gets it.
about. It's just
I
nuts.
love
I love
the one where he's like, "You, this is a loving and tender song. You want to pull her in close and sing, you ain't nothing but
Yeah.
a
Yes. So good. So
Deeper,
good.
deeper.
R.I.P.
He's so funny.
Okay,
Yes.
so sundial suit or aloha suit?
Aloha suit.
I think I would do
Aloha.
sundial. Oh, I don't know. I love the sundial so much.
Yeah, they're both
the
They're
color?
iconic.
both.
They are.
I don't know. I just think the sundial is like it's so special, and I mean it's bittersweet because it was like the last suit that he wore, you know. But when you
Ugh.
go to Graceland and you see it up close, the rhinestones and like the little like it's the detailing on it is crazy.
Yeah.
But Aloha is iconic too, so it's like
With the
was it
American,
both?
I mean,
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
I know.
I love it
Like-
both. Yeah.
Yeah,
both.
something was in the air during Aloha, so he was so
Yes.
beautiful.
That's right.
Okay, this is our last one. This one's
Okay.
also a hard one. Sit
Okay.
in on the Jungle Room sessions or sit in on a Sun Studio session?
Jungle Room.
It's so hard. I don't know what
It'd
to
have
do.
to be the Jungle Room for me.
I
Oh,
know.
that's hard. I mean,
Yeah.
I think there'd be something cool about sitting in the jungle room and I don't know.
Hearing Moody Blue.
Moody Blue,
or
that
Way
album.
Down. Yeah.
Yes.
Or
And
Her.
Larry sang on that. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. So you're like,
I'm a partial. I would want to see like young Larry
yeah.
in the jungle room. And he said, he was like, Elvis, sometimes he'd come down at midnight just ready to sing. And sometimes we'd wait all day and he'd be just like, I'm ready now. It's 1 a.m. Let's do it. In typical Elvis fashion. I love it. Of course.
I know.
So I feel like that would be a cool, in his element, like in his home, like that's his spot.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be really cool to see.
And the songs that we got from those albums too,
iconic.
Oh my goodness. And sometimes I wonder, I'm like, with like Elvis's friends, Elvis's musicians, and like the Memphis Mafia, I'm like, how did y'all like function on that time schedule? Like, because you had to be up whenever Elvis was like, okay, we're doing it. Are you tired? Like, did you? Like, I just want to know. I'm like, did you sleep?
It's like they say, I don't have children, but like when you have a baby, you sleep when the baby sleeps. So maybe they were like, if he's trying to sleep, maybe we'll try to sleep. I don't know.
So like suddenly Elvis goes to bed. You're like, okay, he's sleeping, and then it's like 10 minutes later.
Sleep.
Yeah, and then he's like, okay, get up, and you're like, okay,
get up.
We're 10-minute nap. Yeah,
yeah.
I think I don't know. Actually, this is really hard for me.
You're a 50s girl, so I get it. Like,
I know that's the problem. But like,
and that's where it was born, so it's like iconic.
To like meet Sam Phillips too, like that would be so cool. And did you do the Sun Studios tour at all, Jillian, when you went?
I did, but years ago, probably 10 years ago at this point. I need to do a refresh next year of all the things.
Yeah, it was when I went. It was just so cool to see like. Not even Elvis, just like all the icons that like recorded in Sun Studios, and being able to step in the room and like they put an X on the floor where Elvis stood and you got to touch the mic. And the story with the mic is like Sam, that is the mic that all of them used. But Sam, before he passed, was like, I don't want it behind glass. So I want people to be able to touch it. So you get to hold and touch the mic that they all used. Crazy,
it's
right?
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
You're like, it's like chills. And then you're in the room. They're doing the tour and they're playing music while they're speaking to really give you like that feel of like, this is what happened in this room. It's so cool. And like for $15, like sign me up. I'll do it every time I go.
Yes, I need to do that. Refresh. Ladies, we'll add that to our list for next year.
I feel like this is actually going to happen. I'm so pumped.
I'm like, sorry,
we'll
you gotta
meet at the gate and we'll go.
Exactly. Jillian, Victory.
No worries.
Is your answer?
I would do Jungle Room for sure. I want to see him in his element, like with the boys talking. I love Sun Records and the idea of that's where he started, but there's just something so different of Elvis after hours in his own home recording late at night. Like I want to see the conversations that were not recorded and put out for us to hear.
Yeah, totally. To be a fly on the wall,
right?
Yes, please.
When you go into Graceland, it's like the things that these walls have heard. Like if walls could speak. Could you imagine?
No. I mean, you can feel his presence when you walk in there. You can feel it. So
that's crazy. Yeah. I can't wait. I'm getting so pumped now.
No, we gotta make like a list for Victory. Okay, this is what you're gonna do here, and then you're gonna go
Yes. All the things.
Okay, well, Jillian, you made it. That concludes the list of things that we have for this week.
All right. Congratulations. Okay, good. I think there was a few things I was tied on, so
hopefully you weren't too stressed.
Maybe I didn't do it. I tried my best.
You did great. We were like really trying to make them like make you think. Because I'm like, you do really easy ones, but like I'm like some of them like you gotta choose.
You gotta choose. Yeah.
Well, Jillian, thank you so much. Seriously, like it's been such a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you guys for having me. So much
felt
fun.
like just a FaceTime with a bunch of Elvis besties. This is gonna be.
It really feels like that, doesn't it? We're just chatting about our favorite guy.
Before you go, do you have anything you want to plug? I know, aren't you like in a competition right now for your music video?
Yes. So the If I Could Talk to Elvis music video is on CMT Music Channel, which is super exciting. And it's up for the 12-pack countdown. So every week you can vote as many times as you want to get it in the top 12. So my goal is to get Elvis to number 1 because he needs that.
Yes.
We need that.
Yes. If you guys haven't, I think the link is in your bio on your page.
It's in my bio on my page. Yes. And voting is open for next week. So
Awesome.
And do you want to plug your socials so everyone knows where to find you?
Yes, absolutely. Jillian Cardarelli on Instagram, and TikTok is J Cardarelli.
Amazing. And if you haven't
Follow
listened
her.
to If I Could Talk to Elvis, which I feel like everyone has at this point, listen to it. That's your homework, the audience.
And all of her other songs too. Can we
Yes.
just talk about that? Like, she's
Oh.
not only just If I Can Talk to Elvis girly, she is an all-around rounded, beautiful singer. And you
Country
guys need to
singer.
check out her albums.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Thank
I
you,
really
guys.
love your version of Walking in Memphis, actually. Because
Yes.
Thank
that
you.
was when I first like heard you from TikTok. I went on and like to your channel on Spotify, and I was like, oh, she did a Walking in Memphis version. I really, really enjoy that, Jillian. Like, because a lot of
Thank
people have
you.
done that song, and yours is so beautiful. Like, I genuinely listen to it all the time. So I just wanted to let you know.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we wanted to do like a stripped down version of it because
Yeah.
nothing will ever beat the OG. Like
Yeah.
Mark Cohn,
No.
it's
No.
incredible. But I was like, this is one of my favorite songs. So we did a little piano, just easy,
Yeah.
and
I feel
such
like
a great song.
with your version, you really made the lyrics be heard. Like, I was like,
Thank you.
yes, like I am hearing these lyrics, and just like when it talks about like going to church or whatever, I was like, I feel like I'm at church right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so I love it.
Awesome.
And I also love Could Have
thank
Been
you.
Boy too. Wasn't that one that was
Thank
just
you.
released on? Okay, that's what I
In
thought.
this past summer,
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I
That was
thought.
before Elvis. But
No, that's
thank you
great.
so much. Thank you.
Of course. Okay, well, Victory, should we end
Yes.
this, baby?
I think we should. Thank you guys tuning in for this episode of Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs. We were so honored to have Jillian on this week.
Yes.
Thank you guys
And
for
as
having me.
always, TCB.
And TLC. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs.
To connect with us, follow us on our socials at Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs on Instagram and TikTok.
And share your Elvis stories and experiences with us at elvisandthepinkcadillacs@gmail.com, and you may be featured in the next episode.
We'll see you next time, and for now, TCB
And TLC. Bye.
Bye.